Time.
Good evening, welcome back to the Odlum Brown Van Open. Mike Cation with you on the call. Our final round qualifier, a late start. Obviously, match number 4 on center court on the day, and it's just after 5 o'clock. Radek Stepanek taking on Dimitar Kutrovsky. Kutrovsky electing to receive to start. A little tipper from Kutrovsky, who already has 1 match in the books earlier today, 2 and 4 over 𝕽𝖆𝖏𝑘𝖏. Stepanek 283 in the world now. Electing not to use his protected ranking the last 2 weeks, going through qualifying both in Aptos and here in Vancouver.
Love 30.
Easy swinging early from Kutrovsky. Last week, of course, Stepanek, a loss in the final round of qualifying to Misha Zverev, who had a good run into the quarters. I should say the round of 16, of course.
15-30.
Stepanek, a quarterfinalist in Bogota just a couple weeks ago. I'd be willing to bet there are very few, if any, other players who have gone ATP quarterfinal into qualies of a challenger in a week. But Stepanek trying to get some of these matches under his belt on the hard courts. Huge opportunity for him here in Vancouver as the qualifiers, it's a double qualifier matchup in the first round.
$40-30.
Mike's out of a love 30 hole. It is 1-love. We've actually already begun the main draw. John Patrick Smith, our first round of 16 participant, 3-1 over Alejandro Gonzalez. The other qualifiers earlier today, Daniel Evans, 4-love. I understand this is his first challenger main draw match in a year since this event last year. Maxime Hamou of France, love and 3. And Guido Andreazzi, the top seed in qualifying, through 6-2 in the third over Philip Bester. Bester was trying to become the lone Canadian into the main draw in singles. He is the lone Canadian in the main draw of doubles, playing this week with Ruben Bemelmans. Kutrovsky's been a guy sitting right around that 300 mark for the last couple of years. Serves here at love 1. Comes into the week at 3:03.
15 love.
293, the career high earlier this year. Two-handed off both sides.
$30-15.
He still is one of those guys who's still looking for a weapon, which is certainly not a good sign at the age of 27. But tends to be pretty consistent. Has good footwork, although that will be put to the test. Here today against Stepanek.
30-all.
Venture to guess this is the first time that Kutrovsky's played a guy who's been inside the top 10. Break point for Stepanek in Kutrovsky's opener.
30-40.
Kutrovsky losing in the final round of qualifying in his last event, Lexington, Kentucky, to Noah Rubin. Humbling loss, 1 and love.
False.
Two straight free points and a game point for Kutrovsky, looking for 1-all.
Game, Kutrovsky.
3 straight free points. So Kutrovsky fights off a break chance. Stepanek fights off a love 30 deficit. And here we are at a 1-all. Of course, the qualifiers will be placed as soon as this one over. They know their likely opponents, though. It'll be interesting to see Daniel Evans back in the main draw. Very excited to see that. Too entertaining of a player to be stuck at the futures level. Stepanek, certainly say the same thing, too entertaining and too good of a player to be stuck at the challenger level.
Love 15.
Probably not the best decision off of a miss hit. On top of it, it might hit the line. You probably should just back off, considering your ability to play such strong defensive tennis. You might want to just back off a ball like that. Wind is good 5 to 10 miles an hour as well. I know you want to try to stay on top of Stepanek and take advantage of a miss hit like that, but it's early. Sort things out. Stepanek wins over Freddie Nielsen and late last night over Tennis Sangren, a match that finished sometime around 10:30.
No! 40-15.
Stepanek with the hold. It's 2-1. We're on serve early. You're watching live streaming on the USTA Pro Circuit.
Stepanek leads 2-1. Time.
Joint USTA Tennis Canada event here at the Adlam Brown Van Open. It's also a joint men's and women's event. Hence the break in between our matches here today. It's a heck of a ball. Stepanek just doesn't look like he's stressing, I think would be the best way to put it. He looks very casual, very relaxed here on court. Bet he didn't do much scouting. He did not spend much time watching the Kutrovsky-𝖑𝖆𝖏 match. 2-4, as we mentioned. Kutrovsky taking that one. Just more about playing some pressure-packed points if he can get to them, or if his opponent can get to them in a situation like this. As he prepares for the U.S. Open. Kutrovsky at this point ways away from qualifying. That's the big step for him. And at the age of 27, can't obviously stay around 300-400 forever.
𝕵0-30. Game.
Two games all. Match just wrapping up over on court 1. 𝕽𝖆𝖆𝖃 4 and 3 over Liam Brody, so the struggles for the Brit continue. It's not been a fun 2 months for Liam, but still has a big smile on his face in his off days. One of the more likable guys out here on tour, and hopefully he can get it turned around. John Patrick Smith 3-1 over on court 1 as well. We've also had a lot of movement with our doubles matches. We no longer have the 6:30 feature doubles on our center court. Just one more singles match for you today on our stream. It will follow this one. It'll be Benelmans and Elias to follow.
𝕵𝖆.
His ability to drive that low forehand with ease is just fun to watch.
30-15.
Contact point is obviously a little bit different for Radek than some of the others out on tour.
𝕵0-15.
Just to reiterate how difficult that ball is, Kutrovsky yanks that one long off of his ankle. Game points for Radek Stepanek.
Game, Stepanek.
Pair of aces for Stepanek early. We are also on serve at the Allen Brown Van Open.
3-2.
Circuit wherever you are with the official USTA Pro Circuit app. Watch live streaming from tournaments, see updated draws and schedules, and find rising stars in the Players to Watch section. Plus, check out the hottest photos from around the circuit. Keep up with all the latest on the USTA Pro Circuit. Just search keyword Pro Circuit in the iTunes or Google Play Store to experience Pro Circuit tennis like never before with the official USTA Pro Circuit.
Time.
Warm day, but not uncomfortable for our players. Sun is, of course, setting out to our west, and it is just after 5:30. We have a big grove of pine trees out to our west that'll create these shadows just after 5 every day this week.
Love
One
15.
thing Kutrovsky can't do in a match like this is, it's not about playing perfect, it's just about eliminating the controllable mistakes. Those are the ones like that he can't afford to miss. Has to play smart, can be aggressive, but just has to make sure that those misses are smart misses. Because Stepanek will take advantage of your slight mistakes. You can't give him big mistakes. Hole here for Kutrovsky at love 30. Court didn't help, but it's another low backhand that is causing that struggle for Kutrovsky, and it's 3 break chances for Stepanek.
Game, Stepanek.
Yeah, just made that one too easy. Stepanek now up break 4-2. Kutrovsky serving just 45% through his first 3 service games. And clearly, even though he's a guy I would consider one of the more fit at this level, a second match in about 3 or 4 hours is a tough ask, especially against a guy of this caliber.
Left first serve. Love 15. $15 all.
new ball in the game?
Next game. I haven't put one in for a while. Like at 2-all,
Did you add it?
At 2-all, we replaced the ball, but we're changing the balls after this game.
Stepanek questioning the fact that one ball was new and put back into play.
(30-15).
Of course, with that little disruption there, have to bring up the fact that he was serving for the second set against Misha Zverev last week in his final round qualifier there. Was up 5-2, served for it at 5-3. Got upset by one line call, fell apart. Lost 5 straight games. Zverev
40-15
to the main draw. Game points for him here.
Game
Easy
7.
going here
Blue
for
ball
Stepanek
balls.
early. Ball change when we come back to the 𝕼𝖆 Open.
Stepanek leads 5-2. Time.
New balls for Kutrovsky as he serves to stay in the first set at 2-5.
I
don't think too many people gave Kutrovsky a real fair shake heading into this match, and as of yet, I don't think they've been proven wrong. But he's got some decent wins.
30
He beat Harrison 2014. It's a quarterfinalist a couple times at the challenger level, semifinalist in Drummondville earlier this year, March. Yet to reach a challenger final, but certainly at a level where you could expect top 250 type results.
30-15.
Second double fault for him.
All.
And just like that, 3 straight points for Stepanek brings up a set point, looking for 4 straight games and a quick first set.
Deuce.
Not exactly clean from Stepanek.
Advantage, Stepanek.
But extremely effective again when Kutrovsky is pushed out wide. It's so difficult for a guy with a two-handed forehand. Second set point.
Deuce.
So important for him to get that first serve percentage up, winning just 35% of his second serve points.
Left for serve.
It's at least 4 or 5 errors now low
Advantage,
backhand side.
Stepanek.
And that might be where the leg issue, the fact that he played an earlier match today, really pops up. That and serve percentage, no doubt. Easy finish, first set. Pretty easy for Stepanek, 6-2, 4 straight games to close it.
6 games
Come back
to
for the
2.
second live streaming on the USTA Pro Circuit.
Make sure to stop by the Pure Leaf tasting experience to try a refreshing sample of real brewed iced tea. Also, you can enjoy a Pure Leaf raspberry mojito at the main bar and grill inside.
USTA tennis on campus.
Without it, I would be the nerd in the library, having no social life. We're a social club with a big tennis problem.
Do it in a heartbeat.
You make a lot of friends.
Playing for your team and playing with your friends.
I love being a part of the team.
You get the fun of playing tennis, but not too much pressure.
I think it's an awesome way.
To continue to play competitively.
I like that it's co-ed.
It's co-ed, it's a good time.
Tennis on campus strikes a pretty good balance
Between school and athletics.
Students first and then athletes second.
It's the best of both worlds.
Another way to really bond with your team.
Giving back to the community.
Habitat for Humanity.
Project Nepal.
Ronald McDonald House.
We hit with the YMCA juniors.
You'll make the best friends you ever make in your life.
We have a great time.
We do a lot of fun things.
We all hang out outside of playing tennis.
We study together, play tennis together, go to movies together.
We're more like family.
We just have a blast every time we're together.
It's a really great way to meet people and carry on your love of tennis. Keep up your tennis game and have a lot of fun.
It'll make your college experience great. USTA tennis on campus.
Rocks.
Done.
First set going pretty much exactly as you would expect it to go. No surprises early. Mike Keeshan with you in our next match coming up. Gaston Elias taking on the 4-seed Ruben Bemmelmans. Semi-finalist here was Bemmelmans. Just outside of the top 100 coming into this event.
15.
I think you can see from Stepanek's movement, his effort
30
level. There's
left.
no need to really go high energy here. He just wants to get through. As we mentioned, his match last night with Sangren finishing about 10:30. This is his third consecutive day going through and battling through qualifying. He will likely play again tomorrow.
40 left.
You want to conserve some energy if you can, and on top of it, just get through quickly. Ace number 3 for Stepanek.
Game, Stepanek.
Simple hold once again.
First game,
Kutrovsky
second
has yet to earn a break chance. Again, coming up, Elias and 𝕽𝖆𝖵𝖚, all sorts of movement. We have just doubles left on the men's side here for the rest of the day, other than this singles match coming up next. Kutrovsky and John Patrick Smith are winners into the round of 16. Kutrovsky could potentially be an interesting second round opponent for John Millman. Millman 10 straight wins on the USTA Pro Circuit after taking the title in Aptos yesterday. Plays Alexander Sarkisian for third time in a month. Split the last two. Sarkisian winning in Bogota. Millman in Aptos. I have not yet seen the two finalists from Aptos here in Vancouver. Austin Krajicek, of course, will have a lot of momentum heading into his first round matchup with Bryden Klein. Doubles specialists. A couple of them have made their way up here in Vancouver.
Love 30.
This has the possibility of getting out of hand pretty quickly. Seems like a
Love
energy
40.
type of a miss. Just needs to get down there and hit to the open court. Instead, just dumps it to the bottom of the net. Break chances for Stepanek.
$15, 40. $30, 40.
It is ultra safe stuff here from Kutrovsky, as he is certainly far off of his highest level. Stepanek responds with a couple of errors. Kutrovsky survives for now to deuce. This will not be something that gets him a victory today, though, and I think Kutrovsky knows that. He just has to find some form so he can go a little bit better with his margins.
Advantage Kutrovsky. Deuce.
Finally gets Stepanek on the move. It's been rare today and just can't do anything again. Another low backhand mistake. Break chance number 4 for Stepanek. Stepanek all right. With this one, for now, firmly in his control. He just needs to, of course, avoid with a qualifier first round. It's a big opportunity.
Advantage Kutrovsky.
Kutrovsky, pesky, earns himself another game point.
Deuce.
That would be number 7.
Advantage Kutrovsky. Game.
A little bit much with that ankle. Nice ball right into the body. And Kutrovsky, give him a lot of credit.
1 game on.
Well, myself and I'm sure most of you at home are counting him out. He refuses to believe that. And it's so important for a guy who has really not had those major opportunities. He has to have a very good set of beliefs about what he can do in a match like this. And it's good to see him giving it a go despite a rough first set. Finds a return winner there. Stepanek barely even making a move for it.
All.
Kutrovsky
15,
just shaking
30.
off his right hand here, just not quite firm with his grip, trying to get that one, that sweaty paw taken care of. That's an opening for Kutrovsky, still looking for his first break chance of the day.
Thirty.
This is better from Kutrovsky, at least in what he's trying to do, going bigger angles with
40,
these returns
30.
and taking a few chances. Knows he has to, but it is Stepanek who calmly handles it down the line. A little bit more exertion from him as well. Game point for Stepanek.
Game. Stepanek.
2-1. We're on serve early in the second in Vancouver.
Stepanek leads 2 games to 1. Time.
Expecting some good crowds throughout the week here at the Allen Brown Van Open. A very knowledgeable fan base. Had a good
15.
group out earlier for a women's match. Sharon Fitchman, Canadian, got a third set tiebreak win over Moran of the US. Her second straight third set tiebreak win, and this crowd really doing a great job of pushing her throughout that third set. Was down multiple times, down a break.
30.
Don't have any Canadians in the main draw on the singles side, with Phil Bester losing earlier today, and that's certainly disappointing for the home crowd, but some great action. 𝕽𝖆𝖆, part of our feature session tomorrow, although the schedule has not officially been released.
Game. Kutrovsky. 2 games all.
2 games all. Stepanek, you know, if you're a Stepanek fan, you want him to get an early break here and put it on lockdown. The longer he allows Kutrovsky just to hang around, I mean, Dimitar is crafty enough. I mean, he's been around quite a while, collegiate veteran, at the University of Texas, has played just a ton of matches, such a grinder. And though he has limitations, very creative with ways to solve problems in a match. Stepanek has to try and find a way to get this early break. We can certainly see that Kutrovsky, as we said, is going for these bigger angles on returns, taking a few more chances there. If he could find a couple of easier swings on the low, both forehand and backhand, he's having trouble getting through anything that's low. That's the bigger issue.
$30.
Almost takes out somebody in the crowd
41.
who was a little bit too tuned into their phone. Missed him by about a foot or so. Would have had an unwelcome surprise. Barely looked up. I like the thought. Gotta do something. It's 3-2. Stepanek, another easy hold to love here in Vancouver.
3 games to 2. Time.
It's a tricky time here in Vancouver. Our shadows are starting to play with some of the players. Kutrovsky is serving out of it into complete shade on the other side.
Love 15. Love 30.
2 straight balls from about quad level should be in his strike zone as he's so low to the ground. Again, Kutrovsky facing some trouble.
Fifteen, 30.
A little bit early to go for that ball.
30 all.
Especially with Kutrovsky on the run. It really feels like Kutrovsky is just hanging around and doing everything he can just to stay on serve. Stepanek certainly has to take advantage of some opportunities
40,
at some
30.
point, right? Stepanek saying that that ball was a good couple of inches long. Not going to get any help. Second ace of the day for Kutrovsky.
Left for serve. Box. Deuce. Advantage is Stepanek.
Tried to make the adjustment in match and instead just sends it long. Had been missing so many times, just bottom of the net, just pulls back off of it. Break chance here for Stepanek to break this one wide open. It's the 10th break chance of the day.
Deuce.
Now 2 of 10 is Stepanek. He's again complaining about a line call. Needs to be very careful about that. And that is what cost him in his match with Misha Zverev.
Advantage Kutrovsky.
It's a great change of direction there, going right back to that forehand. Kutrovsky on the run. Everything has been just to the open court from Stepanek through this entire match. Little VIP party up top here at Hollyburn Country Club. You might hear the rocking sounds of Hey There Delilah. Always good to get the acoustic cover at a crucial 2-3 moment.
Advantage.
Same mistake over and over and over again. Breakpoint number 11 on the day for Stepanek, who is 0 for 5 so far in the set. That's the right thought. He had him beat if he's able to actually get under that lob. But instead, just another missed break chance by Stepanek.
Advantage. Kutrovsky. Deuce. Advantage. Stepanek.
Now the 12th break chance. Stepanek just looking over at Kutrovsky like, go away. Just, let's be done with this. Just expecting Kutrovsky at some point to make an error on one of these break chances. Good work just to continue to fight these things off.
Advantage. Stepanek.
To find another break chance. This is the 8th of the set. 13th on the day. Crossed over the 1 hour mark for this match. Kutrovsky will not go away. That actually even gets a wry smile from Stepanek. For a guy who's spent several hours out on court today in 2 matches, Kutrovsky showing a lot of battle.
Faults.
You know, we talk about Kutrovsky's misses, but a lot of it's Stepanek, just how low he keeps the ball. That driving forehand, it just doesn't give Kutrovsky a lot of room for error. Finally finds a return that he can drive, and Stepanek finally gets the break. It is 4-2.
Stepanek leads 4 games to 2.
It really felt inevitable. Only took 9 chances here in the second set. You'd think this one will end quickly at this point, as Stepanek has controlled it from start to finish, really. Only losing 7 points on his serve through the match.
Oh. 15. Oh. 15. What? 30-15.
Stepanek, one of the guys with a world top 10 ranking, a career high ranking inside the top 10. Potential to join the other 3 here in the main draw. 𝕽𝖆𝖔𝖘𝖑𝖆𝖛, 𝕽𝖆𝖆𝖆𝖔, and Meltzer. It'll be the first time since the Sunrise Challenger, the now defunct Sunrise Challenger in 2010, that 3 guys with career highs inside the top 10 have been in the main draw of a challenger. A historically good field here in Vancouver. Stepanek just 2 games away from joining that main draw. Kutrovsky was on his way to the bench, thought that that game was over.
Deuce.
First time that Kutrovsky's gotten it to deuce. So sadly, this is a big step for him. But now can he convert and get himself a break chance to get us level here in set number 2? That was, again, not clean, and Kutrovsky rolls his eyes as that one, the bottom of the strings, just finds a little bit of room. Game point for Stepanek, looking for 5-2. Return sails long. Stepanek 5-2 in control here. Final round qualifying at the 𝕼𝖆𝐵𝑟𝑜𝑢𝑛 Open.
5 games to 2.
Circuit wherever you are with the official USTA Pro Circuit app. What?
We're at the Hollyburn Country Club, West Vancouver, British Columbia. Joint USTA Tennis Canada event.
Out. 15.
Wild cards, of course, the ones everybody's talking about, Gulbis and Tipsarevic. Other ones, Novikov and Sarkisian. Pair of young Americans with collegiate ties. Kutrovsky, as we mentioned, a guy who, of course, went to Texas. 3-time All-American from 2008 to 2010. 5 years out here grinding. And these are the worst losses when you're losing final round qualifying. No money that comes with it. No points. It's like a lost week. That's why it's so important to get to that 250 level and be very selective with your schedule so you guarantee some money at the very least, week in, week out. Return winner for Stepanek.
40-15.
With Kutrovsky at 300, that's just a really tough thing for him to do.
Left for service. Game. Kutrovsky
It's a freebie. Kutrovsky gets it to 5-3, but it will be Stepanek who will try to close out this match. He's going to go get a new racket, as we do have new balls coming. Again, don't forget, coming up next, Gastel Elias and Ruben Bemelmans on the stream. Final match of the day here in Vancouver. With a full slate, I would imagine, tomorrow. Trying to see if the schedule is out yet for tomorrow. Not quite yet. Obviously with a split women's event as well, lots of factors for the schedulers. It's always a fun combination, body return.
Love 15.
And right back down the line, just hasn't been able to do it enough, but it's a little bit of an opening at love 15. Good recognition there from Stepanek just to realize that there's going to be one spot where he can go over the low part of the net and just deflects it casually, as he's done all day. Just extremely casual with his play, and not in a bad way.
(30-15).
Sixth ace of the day. Couple of grunts in here from Stepanek as he wants to get off the court as quickly as possible, and he can do so right now. 2 match points for Radek Stepanek.
Game, set and match.
6-2, 6-3. Pretty simple for Radek Stepanek.
2 sets to love.
Sends
6-2,
one off into the crowd. Nice gift for somebody out there, and a big smile as well. So our
Dimitar, Kutrovsky from Bulgaria.
Qualifiers will be set momentarily. Our final match of the day coming up next. 𝕽𝖆𝖆𝖵𝖔𝖆 and Ruben Bemelmans will rejoin you in 15 minutes live streaming on the USTA Pro Circuit.